Kia ora everybody and welcome back. Today I'm introducing you to the Civilization VI Anthology. This is the ultimate DLC inclusive package and final version of Civilization VI. You can see it was announced on their blog and it has actually released now to Windows PC. It includes the entire of the Civilization DLC, including big significant Steam Pass. It's valued at over $150 worth of content, and you can see here on Steam all of the different content pieces that this game includes, from the new Frontier Pass, Gathering Storm, Rise and Fall, through to the scenario packs. You've got Portugal, Vietnam, Babylon, Byzantine and the Gauls, Ethiopia, and of course Meier and the Grand Colombians. Now, the most significant ones to note are the new Frontier Pass and my personal favourite, Gathering Storm, which largely replaced Rise and Fall. Here it is on the Epic Games Store. Well, actually, to be fair, this is the Platinum Edition, which will largely be replaced by the Anthology. The difference between them being basically that the Platinum Edition includes everything but the new Frontier Pass. You can see it includes the 6 DLC scenario packs, as well as Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm. So the only thing you're missing between this and the new Anthology is this, the new Frontier Pass, which released in 2020, right the way through to sort of mid-2021. And it was a little bit of a hot mess, it would be fair to say, in my review of it. I didn't hold back initially, but now that we have a complete package with all of these DLC packs, it's time to actually think, okay, we've got this anthology, we've got this definitive edition. It's very clear to us now that this game is sort of full and complete, right? There was a little bit of rumor and gossip around whether there'd be more, whether this is it. I think we can definitively say with an anthology that this is it, right? Or at least probably. Anyway, let's talk value and price. And I'm going to just see, you can see all the different DLC packs just up here on the right hand screen, by the way, if you're more unfamiliar with the new Frontier Pass. So value and price. This full anthology is going to have a retail price, it does have, I should say, a retail price of $150 US. For that, where you get everything I've just discussed, the full experience. Now, at $150, is that achievable for most people? Absolutely not. And there are lots of considerations with price that we have to think about as well. We have to think about the fact that the base game, the vanilla experience, is often able to be bought for less than $5. In fact, it's given away for free on the Epic Games Store sometimes. Then you have the 3 main DLC packages, Gathering Storm, Rise and Fall, and the new Frontier Pass, and then finally the miscellaneous bits and bobs. Now, price gets interesting because if you're watching this video within the first 2 weeks of release, and I'm sure down the track we'll see it again and again, it's debuting at a really juicy 66% off price point. This brings the total package down to $50 US. That is a great deal. Okay, if you have $50 to put down, if you love Civilization or you love strategy games, or at least you're somewhat of an enthusiast, I will just say right now, that's a good deal. $50 for the full package is a great deal, okay? If you're thinking about picking up little bits and pieces, it does get a little bit more complex, and I have full breakdowns of all the different DLCs on my channel, so do jump in and look at them, particularly if you're interested in whether the new Frontier Pass provides additional value, and if you should pick that up by itself. Likewise, Gathering Storm, another one I frequently recommend to people to pick up if they don't want to go all in on $150, which is fair enough. So then, priced between $50 US on special and $150 at its full retail, and regardless of where we're picking it up, but remembering we'll probably pick it up on special, and I would really highly recommend you do, is it worth it? We know what's in it, we know how much it costs, is it worth it? I think the answer is actually yes. Tentatively. I mean, look at all these different game modes that are included in the new Frontier Pass. Okay, you have monopolies and corporations, you've got societies, and you're introducing unique units like vampires and other secret societies. You have a really fun Dark Ages mode, you have tech shuffle, and these are all just really innately built into the game, really easy and accessible to use. And I think that the inclusion of the new Frontier Pass and civs like this one, Vietnam, and all of those different game modes add a lot of value to this overall experience, okay? I've looked at all the different DLC packages as individual experiences and what they're worth and whether they provide good value, but now we have to think about them as one. The times have changed, and we've shifted away from looking at individual DLC packages to now looking at the full and complete experience. And I think that it is quite good value, and I do think it's worth it, okay? The addition of the new Frontier Pass at what is effectively a 66% discount when you're getting this complete anthology down from 150 to 50, which I will recommend that you do, and I will remind you that Civilization goes on special. Even if we just look at Steam, it's going on special every 1 or 2 months for that 50 to 66% off discounted price point. In the future, we might even see it push 75%, okay? That's not even considering the fact that you can buy it on Epic Games, that you can get codes from other places too. So there's lots of stores and lots of variety out there. So is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it at that $50 price point. Not just for everything I've covered in the new Frontier Pass, but remembering back to Gathering Storm, which is my favorite DLC for Civilization VI. All of the different things that added can't be understated either, just as a friendly reminder of what that really massive DLC pack brought into the game after Rise and Fall. We were introduced to environmental effects and natural disasters, loads of new engineering projects and around those disasters and environmental concerns, including climate change. What did we get? 8 new civilizations with plus 1 more, 9 new leaders. We got the World Congress, which you'll see some footage of in this video. The sort of really ultra modern era was added as a new era as well, the 21st century. And lots of units, scenarios, wonders, and lots of improvements to the espionage system as well. So if you like spying, Gathering Storm does that too. Overall, Gathering Storm is a wonderful DLC. It does, as well, sort of supersede and add in a lot of the content from Rise and Fall. So as a backup, right, if you're listening to this video and you're thinking, okay, the Civ 6 Super Experience is worth it, right, at the $50 price point, it's most certainly worth it, but I can't afford it, well, what are your other options? I think, as I've just detailed, your other options really are to include Gathering Storm, because it supersedes Rise and Fall. Okay, now Rise and Fall by itself it isn't terrible, don't get me wrong. It introduced governors and loyalties, those ages we talked about before, Golden Ages and Dark Ages, 8 new civilizations. You won't get to play those if you don't pick it up. They are exclusive to it. But some of those other systems like loyalty and governors, they were just included in the base game as part of a free update. So Rise and Fall by itself actually just has little additional features, whereas Gathering Storm adds a whole lot more concrete elements to the game. So it's worth it at $50. Is it worth it for you at $50? Well, that's your decision to make. My advice would be, if you can't stretch to buy the full and complete experience, then I think you should consider picking up the base Civilization VI game, and then, if you like it, and you've tested it, you've played it, you think, yep, this is cool, then invest. My next recommendation would be to go into Gathering Storm. Now, as you can see here, it's actually by itself not a bad deal, particularly if you can pick up Civ 6 at a really low price, the base game, which you absolutely can, maybe even get it for free if you're lucky. You can spend just really a fraction of the price, around $10 US, to pick up Gathering Storm and have a somewhat complete experience. So that would be my second recommendation if the anthology seems just a little bit out of reach, a little bit too expensive for you, which is totally fair enough, because even at its discounted price, it's a lot to invest, particularly if you're one of those players who's interested in other strategy games or even Civ 5, but you haven't quite delved into Civ 6 yet because of various things, maybe the art style or indeed the price point itself. And so that's it. That concludes my look at the Civilization VI Anthology. I do, to conclude, think it's a great deal, particularly if you can grab it on special for somewhere between 66 and 75% off. At that price point, this is a great deal for anybody interested in strategy games and thinking about picking up Civ 6 or completing their Civ 6 experience. As I said in the beginning of the video, I do have lots of other guides for individual DLC packages on my channel if you're interested in them. Thank you so much for watching, please leave a like rating if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.